Namaste people, welcome to Get Set Green Season 3. I'm your host Pooja Harvey. In this episode we of Climate Tech Catalyst, we have Milene, who is the founder of Mazeworks, where she is also looking at understanding and exploring how organizations can move beyond sustainability pledges and create real measurable impact. So welcome Milene.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Really excited to be here.
Yeah, and we are glad to have you here for this conversation. So, Milene, from your experience, if you have to say, and also if you can share your part of story on your transition into the sustainability field to our listeners.
Yeah, so it's like an introduction of myself.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Sounds great.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm actually from Peru, from Lima, and I've been working for a few years right now, for almost 10 years in sustainability, focusing mostly on helping companies to transition to sustainability from strategy to all the corporate plans they have. So it wasn't always like that. I started first working in international organizations, then NGOs, my own NGO, then corporate consulting, and now I'm doing entrepreneurship. So I've seen a lot of different faces and different spaces and different industries inside of sustainability. I think I've been lucky to really experience the different phases this industry has until now. It was like a roller coaster. First in the international organizations, it was really bureaucratic with different countries signing different pledges, new laws, and then into NGOs that it was more on the social part of sustainability, then on consulting that it was mostly corporate data of sustainability, and then the whole side of entrepreneurship that is what I'm doing right now. It's more hands-on, so it's more you take everything that I've learned before into action, and really it's where I see more impact, which is what I could say I was chasing most of this time. Like, where can I, Milene, bring more impact to the world? I think that was my idea always since I entered the workforce. So that's why it took me all of these different stages to explore the different kinds of impact that sustainability can really have, or not only on the business side but also on countries, also on people, in the whole aspect. So yeah, that's a little bit of me, and I think a lot of us sustainability professionals, we are really trying to achieve this, the impact through sustainability, not just the strategy, the data, but also seeing positive results from all of this hard work we do in sustainability.
And yeah, thank you so much. One thing which also resonates with me is that you mentioned about how you are looking at, let's say, what is the impact that Millennium is trying to bring. At the end of the day, what I feel also is like if we can focus, each and everybody can focus on understanding what is the best possible effect or what is the best possible effort they can bring to make this planet a much better place. I think we all will be able to reach our net zero or all the
Yeah.
targets or pledges which we are really talking about, right? And apart from that, moving ahead, if we have to understand what Mazeworks is actually trying to do, Milene, could you please help us to our listeners who are, let's say, hearing it for the first time? How, if you can please help them understand what Mazeworks does?
Yes, of course. So we mainly help companies with their sustainability strategies, scratching the strategy from zero and embedding sustainability inside of the company, not just as a sustainability team. So it's the strategy for each team of the company. So we also focus on capacity building, upskilling. And on the other side, we also do one-on-one with sustainability professionals with upskilling and advisory projects. So yeah, it's mostly, I think, what I've experienced into one business. So it's taking sustainability into all of the areas, not being just corporate sustainability in a silo, but also embedding sustainability in the rest of the areas and upskilling people in sustainability and future skills too.
Yeah, and that brings me to my next question, as you rightly mentioned, because the teams always look at data and strategy which can drive
Mhm.
meaningful, sustainable outcomes. So, how do you help with this, because the amount of data required and the rigorous process this needs to come up with a particular outcome is quite extensive and exhaustive as well. So how do you achieve that?
Yeah, it's a month. I think a lot of months of work
Mm-hmm.
to have these datas and strategies. But what we try to do with Mazeworks is that the strategy or the data doesn't just stays with the sustainability team. We try to help the sustainability teams to communicate it, to also do projects with the other teams to embed this strategy with the rest of the teams. So that's the change we're seeing right now. We're really trying to embed this silo strategy of sustainability into the rest of the teams. And we do this by having in the strategy different projects that involve with the different teams, for example, with finance, with marketing, with human resources. So we always take this into account. So sustainability can be embedded in all of the ecosystem inside of a company.
Yeah. Great. And you also mentioned, right, like there are different groups which will work on these projects, and sometimes it may so happen that the silo work which one team is doing and the data which is available in the other part of the team can also be a question when we have to address this part. So how do you see the workforce related into this? Because what I also understand is there was at least a lot of boom in this space where there was a lot of requirement for sustainability professionals, consultants, and also managers, sustainability managers, right? But now I see a trend which is not as promising or as maybe happening as it was earlier, let's say 2 3 years back. Can you help us understand that part, that what is currently happening in the market?
Yeah, absolutely. From what I've been seeing these past years, as I was saying before, sustainability has gone from just corporate sustainability to embedding sustainability in the whole business, which is obviously great for all of us sustainability professionals because it makes our work easier in a way, but it's not just going to stay in the sustainability team. So I think that's what is happening. Most of the different teams are also being upskilled in sustainability. So now in the marketing team, you're going to have a marketing specialist, or in the finance team, you're going to have a sustainability controller, as they call it now. So that's the trend I'm seeing now. The roles of sustainability consultants, sustainability reporting, or sustainability managers are being embedded into the different areas of the companies. And also with AI, this upskilling has been way faster too. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I've been seeing that's happening. The sustainability teams are shrinking because many teams are having this upskilling in sustainability or are having the sustainability professionals inside of the teams. Because as we know, sustainability is really broad and you can be an expert in a lot of things. You can be a carbon accountant, you can be an expert in sustainability communications, you can be an expert in accounting, in finance, or you can be an expert in reporting. So these different experts are being embedded into the different areas of sustainability. That's what I've been seeing as of lately this year
Mm-hmm.
and last the end of last year.
Yeah, and I do feel that maybe because of, let's say, the involvement of AI has reduced a certain portion of work which others were already doing. So that is the reason why maybe the shrinkage of the demand for such professionals, what we see in the industry currently today. And Milene, I was quite interested to learn from you, because since you have experience from diverse backgrounds and different companies which you have worked all together, right? If you could share us insights where which you learned in the process of helping the organizations to navigate ESG and sustainability challenges. Could you share that with us? Yeah.
Yeah. I can start with the United Nations. Well, all of the organizations are quite different and they
Mm-hmm.
manage sustainability in really different ways and for different
Correct.
purposes also. So, yeah, you can see sustainability emerging or the impact of sustainability in different ways in all the different companies and organizations in sustainability. I think that's one thing that all of us sustainability professionals should have really clear, that the impact that sustainability is going to make in an international organization is different to an NGO, is different to a company, is different to a consultancy, and it's different to a startup. So yeah, I can start. Which one do you want me to talk about?
You can just share, maybe like choose top prayer like learnings or insights from these projects, and could you please share those with us? Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So what I learned when I was in the United Nations was about how long it takes to really get things done, and how difficult it is to get things done, and how
Uh-huh.
many people have to get involved to
Mm.
approve something.
Mhm.
And I was really young when I started working there. So I had this world really idealized, especially the international organizations world. I think every young person
I
feels
think
like he
I do
can,
have it in me still, like about,
yeah.
United Nations
Yeah, that you
or
can
UNEP.
really, yeah, that you can save the world from inside. And yeah, they're great institutions, but it takes a lot of time, and you really have to push it. If you really believe in your idea, if you really believe in your resolution, you really have to network and lobby and network and lobby and lobby a lot. So I learned a lot about communications, and
Okay.
also more of all of like selling your project, selling your resolutions, your law project. How these skills are so important for sustainability, because before this I was like, yeah, it's sustainability, everyone's gonna say yes, everyone's gonna sign, but it really doesn't work like that. So
Yeah.
selling skills, communication skills are a huge skill that every sustainability professional should learn, or should really focus on a lot, because not only in the United Nations but also in consultancy you have to know how to communicate, know how to speak to different kinds of different areas, different kinds of people, different kinds of professionals. So it's really important that being a good communicator, it's highly important for sustainability professionals. The same if you're working in-house as a sustainability manager. I would say it's even more difficult, because sometimes you're only a team of one, you know, and as a team of one you have to really convince for the business case to the rest of the teams, to the finance team, to the board also. So yeah, that's the thing that I learned the most from all of these different
The
sustainability
communications aspect
industries.
of it, how you talk sustainability to your
Yeah.
internal as well as external stakeholders, right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
100%. How you build the business case for sustainability. I
Hmm.
would say that's the similar thing from all the industries, that in all the industries, even though you're working in sustainability, even though you're doing something with a good cause, you know, with it's really literally obvious that we're doing this to save the planet. But yeah, for the rest of people that doesn't work, that they don't work in sustainability, or they're not part of your team, it's not that obvious. So you really have to be a good communicator, build up the business case, always involve the numbers and the data. Yeah, your projects are not gonna be approved if you just say, yeah, it's sustainability, we're gonna save the world, you know. So yeah, this is the similarity I can find between the different industries of sustainability that I work on. So in the international organizations, NGO, also it was the same. Also in corporate, in-house manager, and consultancy. And right now in entrepreneurship is also building up the business case and everything. So yeah, I
I think,
think,
yeah, I agree to this, majority of the opinion. I do have this because when it comes to communicating the sustainability, right, it is not just to people who already understand
yeah.
sustainability. It is mostly to people who are not from sustainability. So it is very key and important you make the other person or the stakeholder understand the gravity of the situation, the importance or the significance what it brings. And also in organizations it is quite important on how can you bring the business case out of it, because
Hmm.
it is not just about how I can try, because as you rightly said, everything is not about sustainability. I cannot just go and say yes, this is sustainable, why don't you come and go ahead and do with the project ahead, right? But that is not how things work usually. So
Yeah.
yeah, and apart from this, do you have any shares to sorry, stories to share when you are still working with United Nations? Did you have any, like, let's say, opportunity to work on an interesting project which helped you, clarify few things or address few things in sustainability aspects?
Yes, so I was working with the Climate Youth Organization inside of the United Nations. I was
That's
representing the
great.
Peruvian mission on the United Nations, and we did this project with the SDGs
Mm.
to bring education about the SDGs to the rest of the public schools in at least in the Americas. And yeah, this project took us a lot of months, a lot of work, and it was a lot of pitches we had to do to different countries, to different UN organizations, and we had to also to different stakeholders. So yeah, it was a great experience that we had there. It was a lot of drafting also on how to communicate, how to educate people on the SDGs in these public schools, which materials were we gonna give these public schools for them to be able to teach these SDGs. So yeah, this was a great project overall because we work with different people from different countries, but we were all aligned for one goal. There was the education for the SDGs, because I always think education is the base of everything, and without education, sustainability cannot succeed overall. That's what we're seeing right now, and that brings us back to the business case, because people don't understand what we're talking about, and that's why we have to build all of these business case. But if we all had the knowledge on why sustainability, we all had the knowledge of the return of investment, and we all had the knowledge on how to do sustainable businesses, what are the positive outcomes with sustainable businesses, I think, yeah, sustainability would succeed more, and it would be faster, and that it would be more embedded into the industries, and then
Yeah.
no sustainability team should have exist, because that's also like what should have the idealistic way of things, like that sustainability is inside of all the areas, because everyone knows that everyone wants to do good, everyone wants a good impact in the world, instead of being just like the sustainability team, the warrior on this, So yeah, I expect this to happen in the future, that sustainability really goes into all of these areas, and that it's not only us sustainability professionals fighting for this, but also the other professionals, that they understand that sustainability has to be part of our lives if we want to continue living in a sustainable way overall. Yeah.
Yeah. And coming to the next question, Melina, I was looking to understand, because you work with a lot of stakeholders in different industries, right? What is certain, because there are few people who are freshly graduating from, as you rightly mentioned, the public school,
Mhm.
and now there is a lot of, I think there is quite a lot of effort on bringing, let's say, environmental part and as well as climate science related degrees now. Or a lot of MBA programs also offer these courses, right? So how do you see that income or influx of, students, fresh graduates who are coming out of, let's say, sustainability education? How should they look at landing a job in this scenario? Can you please share them a roadmap to understand this?
Yes. So, yeah, first of all, to anyone that's listening, that it's a freshly sustainability graduate, really good luck in this search. It's a great profession, I would say. And what I would recommend is mostly to specialize on one area of sustainability, either if it's carbon accounting, either if it's the social part of sustainability, reporting, or the finance part of sustainability. I would really recommend them to specialize in one sector of sustainability, and then uh, search on the different roles, which role connects to this sector, or even you can always do cold outreach. There's so many companies out there that they don't have a sustainability team, but once you reach out to them, that you're freshly graduate, that you have this fresh knowledge of sustainability, and you really propose to them some return of investment, like with me as a sustainability strategy. By building a sustainability strategy, you could have saved this amount of money, or your carbon can reduce like this, and you will be good with regulations and everything. So yeah, I would recommend also this called outreach, because it really helps. Some companies, don't know they need a sustainability specialist or a sustainability professional, or they're thinking on it, but sometimes they don't have the budget or they don't see the business case. But this cold outreach helps a lot, but
Okay.
it has to be of companies that the sustainability professional really feels engaged with, that really believes in the value and the mission. I would definitely recommend that. And yeah, to really have those skills on a special side of special industry in sustainability, and also AI. Right now, a lot of sustainability is linked with AI, and it helped us a lot as sustainability managers, sustainability professionals nowadays. And many of the roles in sustainability, either as a sustainability consultant or sustainability managers, they're asking for these AI tools, many AI tools. So I would definitely recommend this type of skills, either specializing and AI too, and also
Okay.
to reach out to people. I think reaching out to people, networking, and really not just reaching out with a solution. I'm not telling them to do a whole strategy or nothing, but
Yeah, because like
to
since they're freshers, I think they will be new to this field with
yeah.
maybe fresh perspectives on existing things.
Yes, these innovative perspectives, like talking about innovation or of
Mm,
something they've learned in their course, taking it to action. As sustainability professionals, we always love to get these kind of fresh people giving their fresh perspectives, and also seeing their ambition overall to really commit into this career.
yeah, and that was well said, and thank you so much. So that brings us to the end of the interview, Milene. And I have a small questionnaire round which is called rapid fire, where we will have three questions for which you will have to give just one word. Are we ready for that?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So ESG or sustainability?
Sustainability.
Okay. And one word that defines the future of business as per you.
I would say together.
Okay, together. Okay.
Collaboration, yeah, together collaboration. Collaboration better, yeah. Collaboration.
Yeah. So if every company could fix one thing tomorrow, what should it be?
There's so many things.
Maybe like
Um,
you can have like top prior most important one, maybe.
yeah, I would say fossil fuels, 100%. Then
Mhm.
their communications, I think, between each other, and the transparency and traceability. Well, there's so many, but yeah,
Actually,
transparency
you
too.
did not stick to one. There were like a lot of lists, but that's okay.
Yeah,
Thank you so
sorry.
much. Thanks for your time. No, no, that's okay. No problem. It was just for fun anyway. Thank you so much for spending your time with us and helping us understand that how important it is to communicate your results the way you do and bring the business value out of it. Because at the end of the day, it boils down to the financial metrics. If you have to go ahead with your sustainable projects, that becomes key decision maker in all of these aspects. And thank you so
Yeah.
much for that. And you are listening to Get Set Do It. I'm your host Pooja Arvind, where purpose